welcome back to the channel. Well, as I suspected, you guys quickly figured out that there's a bunch of bicycles around here and I just may have a slight obsession with BMX bikes, specifically 80s, 90s BMX bikes. As I told you, you've seen in the Crew Jones video, like I hold on to my childhood so freaking hard. Part of my childhood is BMX bikes. So figured we'd do a video. Couldn't wait to make a video about BMX bikes. I figured since there's a lot of controversy, if you know anything about BMX, GT has recently went out of business, but now there's talk somebody has bought them. So I figured I'd drag a couple of GTs down, build one out on the channel for you guys, restore one, show you what we do, because just like everything else with the cars, we take junk, make it as good as it can be, get us a treasure out of it. So this bike's not too bad. I have a lot of bikes and we'll try to drop some clips and stuff in there. And as you get to know, I'll show you my process of cleaning up these old bikes, making them shine again. This one's not that bad. This is my 94 GT Performer. For me, as far as bikes go, especially freestyle bikes, GT Performer is the holy grail freestyle bike for me. I love Haro, Master of Freestyles and all that stuff, but I was always a GT guy. Behind this is my childhood GT, well, a replication of my childhood GT. That is a 93 Mach 1 that we're actually gonna show you guys. We'll tinker on it a little bit today. It's got the wrong bars on it, so I've got a very nice set of correct GT Mach 1 bars for it, and I've got the clear grips and all that go on it. We'll show you guys that, so we'll play with that thing a bit, but we're gonna basically restore this bike, if you will. If you'll look, there's a lot of rust on it. It's not terribly pitted, but there's just a lot of really solid surface rust up on the headset. The bars are not in the best shape, but I've got a good friend that is in the BMX game, in the BMX world, just like I am, worse off than I am, buys and sells a lot of bikes. My problem is I don't sell, I just buy bikes, collect. He showed me this trick. I'd finally got, years ago, got my first like super rusty scrapyard bike. I was like, heck yeah, man, I can't wait to restore it. So he said, man, set you up a tank, fill it full of white vinegar, take the bike apart. And I'm like, whoa, what? You said white vinegar? He said, yeah, man, just like in your kitchen. He said, get you a good sized tank. It's gonna take a lot of it. It'll blow your mind. And blow my mind, it did. I think the first one I did was a Schwinn Predator. It's actually that Schwinn Predator right there. I saved that bike literally from going to the scrapyard. The guy was on his way. Well, that'll be another story for a Schwinn video. But anyways, soaked it in vinegar. It came out. I was like, oh my Lord. So that's what we'll do. Get this thing broke down, soak it in some vinegar, show you guys the process of taking it apart. It's just a bicycle. It's not nothing crazy, but it's always, for me, it's always very, I guess, satisfying in my mechanical mind to just take something so simple as a bicycle apart, put it back together, hook the brake cables up. So that's what we're going to be doing. Actually, before we totally get into that, let me show you a few things that we're going to do to spruce the old bicycle up. So fortunately, we have a guy that is very local to us that is a huge deal in the BMX world. It's called Porkchop BMX. Quick Google search will show you all you need to know about Porkchop BMX. And he has a sick name. Who names their company Porkchop? My dude. So anyways, made us a pork chop order. Just a few things to spruce up. These are the clear grips I was talking about. It was an old school thing with GT specifically. So we'll put those on the cool GT bars on that thing and level it up a bit. So we'll drop some pictures in of actually the day that I got this bike and I've changed a couple of things. The only thing I've changed is I put the correct front wheel on it. It was missing the front wheel. It had some busted old tires. So here we go. So they just recently, not too recently, several years ago, started remaking the old GT tires. Check out the tread, even the GT stamped in the tread. Too cool. These came on all the factory, especially the late 80s, 90s bikes, freestyle bikes. This is a freestyle tread. So got us some GT LP5 tires, some yellow Amy grips, the good old school Amy grips. I like the Amy grips on a freestyle bike, and they just seem the smooth grip just seems freestyle to me versus an Ori style grip, like a waffle style grip. So got those, some red donuts to go on there because if you can see the colorway is red and yellow. Got some cool anodized red axle nuts with the yellow dice valve stem caps. If you're a cool kid, you got a BMX bike, you got to have dice on your valve stem caps. I mean, I thought that was like a standard thing. And a cool yellow chain, if I didn't already show you. So just to kind of throw some color at it, because I like the colorway of this bike, I love Performers, but there was so many other in the 90s, so many other super rad colorways. Like, they make one that I was just telling my cameraman about. It's called Antifreeze, and it's bright green, and all the bright green stuff that go with it, man, they look so rad. So I didn't want to do a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't want to put Skyways or anything like that on it. So just throwing some bits and pieces of color. And really to show you guys, if you got an old bike laying in your basement, that's classic story. Man, I've had my bike since it was, since 87 or 88, and it's went to junk, but don't be so quick. It might not have gone to junk. And you'll see, like, this thing will still have plenty of imperfections. Like, there'll still be some of this stuff left or whatnot, but I feel like just from the ones that I've done before, that this one will turn out pretty nice. The bars I wish were in a little better shape, but I still think they'll clean up nice, and you guys will probably be shocked. It's like, wow, okay, that thing does look great. Especially sitting right here on the shop floor, man, it's gonna look so great. And maybe by the end of this video, we'll get a couple of GTs, and I've got several dynos down, and maybe we'll get some out, just talk through them, just kind of give you a little bit of GT dyno history. I know if anybody is anything about BMX, you've heard of GT bikes. So anyways, we'll probably set up a time lapse, do a quick disassembly of this thing. I'll show you my vinegar tank around back. It's nothing more than vinegar, and it probably looks pretty bad right now because it's had a bunch of rusty bikes run through it. Anyways, I'm running on, so get to the time. Well, there you have it. Glad you guys suffered through that time lapse of taking a bicycle apart. Yeah, there you go. These things, this one's not too rusty, but I think it had been sitting outside for a little bit because like rusted just kind of sat in places. And luckily, I was afraid the stem wasn't going to come out of this because it was really stiff, but luckily it came right out. That can be a big problem if these head stems won't come out and people start bashing on the bottom of them and ruin them. And nowadays, these pieces like this, these GT stems and stuff like that, people go crazy value-wise over them. This bike, I believe, is pretty well all original. I showed in the time lapse a couple pieces. I'm not sure how much it shows up, but it is seat post stamped. GT stamped forks. GT stamping. It has GT, just on camera, GT Mohawk hubs, front and rear. Like I said, it had the wrong front one. I luckily had one in stock. Yep, I'm a bike parts hoarder as well as a car parts hoarder. GT sprocket, GT pedals, levers. I've got a set of nicer levers. Try to clean these brake cables up pretty good. I've got to find a rear brake, but yeah, Dicomp Bulldog brakes. Pretty hot little bike. Like I said, not the most desirable of all the Performers ever. No, it's not a 80s Maui blue one or whatever, but it's still a freaking GT Performer. It's gonna turn out sweet. Next process, get all the chrome soaked in vinegar. You've seen me roughly scrub this frame. Before I ever even put them in the vinegar bath, I try to go and hit the bad spots, hit the high spots with the brush, with the wire brush to try to loosen everything up. It really does make a big difference. Like I said, my bike buddy, Tony, told me this trick a while back, and he's like, just scrub them good. The scrubbing is the trick. Give them a good light scrub. You don't have to go crazy. You'll be surprised. Like, it takes, minimal effort to get them looking pretty good. So that'll be the next thing you see. These things soaking in a filthy, rusty looking vinegar soak. For anyone wondering, like I used to wonder, like, well, how long does this stuff last? So I've done probably this is probably the 6th or 7th bike that I've soaked in vinegar. So it does get nasty and brown, rusty looking, but it still seems to work. As long as it stinks like vinegar, then I think it'll work. All right, I got it all cleaned up. Everything's out of the vinegar. Thought I took some footage of that. Didn't, so you're not getting vinegar tank footage. And it's nothing crazy, it's just vinegar. It is crazy how it works, but we got it all cleaned up, got all the parts and pieces cleaned. It came pretty clean. There was some bad rust spots around the seat post and stuff that I didn't expect would come clean. And one thing that I've noticed on these with getting the rust off, the older full chromoly, I guess better metal, better chromoly bikes, the rust will just peel right off and the metal underneath it is beautiful. Some of these later bikes, this is an early 90s bike, maybe the metal's not as good. The rust seems to stain the metal a little worse, if you know what I mean. Anyways, I got it all cleaned up. I'm pumped about it. I started putting some bits and pieces together just to kind of get a colorway going, but we'll finish assembling it together, see how it turns out, see what kind of junk we rescued this time. But let's finish our daily muscle milk. Still waiting on y'all. Once a day. Keep it in your life. All right, there she is, our 94 GT Performer freestyle bike. Like I said, I did some little bit of pre-assembly, kind of get some cool bits and pieces on it, get some colorway going. Don't want to bore you putting every little bit and piece. These gyro cables are kind of fidgety to do, and I think one of them may have to be replaced. But anyways, we'll put this thing together. But first I'm going to show you just basically what I use as far as like tools and whatnot to clean these things. So this isn't a wire brush, but I have some wire brushes that are this same brush. You can get a 3-pack at Walmart for like $6, I think it is. And it comes with a brass one, a wire one, and this. All the spots like this is what I was talking about. I knew wouldn't clean up. When they're bad, you just go after them. We can see this pitting that's not brown. That was rust. And when that vinegar's on there, you can just scrape it off and it falls off with a wire brush. The really bad spots, I chuck up a little, this thing's kind of dangerous and it's intimidating, the big wire wheel on your die grinder. But since it's so big, you can kind of stuff it down in places. And surprisingly, when the chrome's in good shape, the brass wire wheel does not seem to affect them. It doesn't seem to care, but it will really get in there and try to get some of the, even if you can't get it all the way gone, the rust color, if you can get that off the bike, it'll still present well and looks pretty good. I've never re-chromed a bike. I have a few that need to be re-chromed, but I don't know if I'm into that. I kind of like them about like I do my dang hot rods, man. They're just, you clean them up as good as they can. They look cool. You put some cool bits and pieces on it, and you can just enjoy it. I don't have any show bikes that we don't ride. We do ride our bicycles, but well, anyways, and all, sorry, one last thing. I got ahead of myself. This stuff, Never Dull, it's old school stuff. It is the best thing for polishing any metal. It's like a cottony material. In all of this, it's just like a bunch of, and you just pull it out, pull a piece off, and it really, it polishes up chrome, any kind of metal, really good. And it has a really good cleaning property to it. Like as you're polishing something, if it's not like perfect, kind of like all this metal, even these handlebars, they didn't come out the nicest, but just hitting them with the Never Dull, it just gets the metal clean looking and it gives it a shine in the light. I don't know how good that looks, but these are our nice GT stamped bars, everything on this bike. I think this is one of the, maybe some of the last era of years to where these were actually everything, every part and piece stamped on this bike. So, all right, let's put it together. I think it's gonna be pretty freaking rad for just a good old early 90s goodness right here. We'll put some rad flair on it and see what kind of cool bike we Oh, y'all, check this ride out. This thing turned out too rad. I just threw a little bit of bits and pieces colorway. You see the GT tires. This bike was very, very original. It is, like I said, it's super cool. It's like GT stamped everywhere. But so yellow AME grips. I put the GT grip savers on the ends of the bars. Red grip donuts. Some red brake pads. I thought I bought a whole set of red brake pads, but I guess I only bought one pair when I ordered them. Yeah, our dice, the axle nuts. Yeah, just a little bit of bits and pieces of color, I think made it turn out super, super rad. Because like I said, I don't know. I always wanted a performer. Like of all my bikes in my collection, I've been looking for a performer. And I think I may have said earlier, they came in so many cool colors, and like all the like holy grail super cool ones are like the late 80s and all the cool colors. So I may change the colorway and throw like some different skyways on it, but I don't know. The wheel set turned out so cool. It's just really, I mean, this is some 1994 BMX freaking goodness right here. So I guess while we're talking about 90s BMX goodness, I got another GT from the 90s down, and because I had been not waiting to swap over my handlebars. I had just some old crappy dyno bars on this thing, but I finally acquired a set of like correct, these are early 90s correct Mach 1 style handlebars. Got the old school GT clear grips on it. So figured it'd be cool to talk about. This is a recreation of my childhood bike I got in '92 when I was 12 years old, which was actually a '92 GT Interceptor that I put Mach 1 decals and did a couple of upgrades to, and that was what I was racing and ripping around on. I got some pictures of it, we'll insert it in there. So I just had to build me another one, like a lot of us all did. We sold our stuff, and you know, I think I had a yard sale one day. My bike was out there, and I was like, let's see if anybody, and somebody came along and paid me good money at the time for it, what I thought was good money at the time. And I was like, you know what, I'm never gonna ride this thing. It's gonna go to junk. Sure, and not many years longer, you know, you regret it immediately. So had to build one. GTs just went out of business. There's rumor they've been bought. They'll probably be back. So thought I'd touch on some GT stuff. We got a bunch of GTs, dynos. We're gonna, if this turns out well, let us know. Y'all want to see some more bikes? Do you want to see some more build style? I don't always have one to fully build out, but I've got some projects like that. Is that blue one you just saw, that dyno is a really cool one that I would like to build out. It needs some work. It would be like a really good full restoration. Got some other ones that I would like to maybe change up a little bit, do some cool stuff too, but I hope this is well received. I love bicycles. They're just so fun. There's something so satisfying to me about just putting a simple bicycle together and it just works. It's so just simply mechanical. I just like it, and just something satisfying. You have, like, just for me, hopefully for y'all it's the same effect, but taking this thing apart, it wasn't in that bad a shape, but it looked sad. It didn't look cool. Didn't have a rad look to it. Take it apart, spend some time on it, give it some love, clean it up, throw some bits and pieces, and it's a freaking rad bicycle. I could just sit and stare at BMX bikes for hours. It's so stupid, but I could. But anyways, I don't know. Maybe this is gonna wrap this video up. I'm not sure where we're going with bikes from here. This is my first bike video. I hope you guys like it. Built out the cool little Performer. Show you guys my '93 Mach 1. Appreciate all you guys hanging around for this bike video. It's super rad to me. I hope you guys are just a quarter into it as I am. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll do some more. We'll get better at them. Tell us what you want to see about the bikes. You want to see us going out cruising? Because we do ride the bikes a lot. I don't do no crazy tricks and stuff. Like, I do got to keep working and keep food on the table, so I can't go home with broken wrist from playing on my freaking BMX bike. Yeah, if you want to see more bikes, we've got tons of brands. Drop us a brand in the comment that you guys used to have, you used to love, that you want to see. If I've got one or two, then we'll do a video on it, and we'll talk back and forth about how yours was so cool, how they're still so cool. We can get you guys into some bikes or whatever. We'll spawn a whole thing of interest. Anyways, thanks for sticking around. Appreciate the support. Like always, hit the like button. So please subscribe to us. Keep on coming around. The car stuff will come, but we're gonna trickle some bike stuff in, because even if none of y'all like it, I love bikes, so I'm gonna do bike videos. See y'all.